ladies and gentlemen of all ages, boys and girls. Thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of Angry Meat Production. We appreciate you coming in and letting us be a part of your lives week in and week out. We hope to do our best to present you with something that your eardrums delight in. Whether you're looking at us on YouTube or Rumble, or listening to us on Spotify, Google, or Anchor, or any of the other podcast services that we are currently on or trying to get on. We thank you. And if you don't mind, at the end of every episode, stop by, leave us a comment, leave us a like. If it asks for 5 stars, we'll take 5 stars, even if you don't like us. 5 stars are what it's all about. With that being said, we hope you enjoy our attempt to make our advocation our vocation. Ladies and gentlemen, let the games begin. We here at Angry Me Production want to thank our sponsor, Mobile Notary Mindy. She's certified with the National Notary Association. She's also bonded and E&O insured. She offers a wide range of services including wills, powers of attorney, medical documents, healthcare proxies, living wills, certification of trust, assignment of personal property, HIPAA waivers, advanced healthcare directives, and 99 verification. You can find her on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at Mobile Notary Mindy. You can also visit her webpage at TexasMobileNotaryMindy.com. That's TX, MobileNotaryMindy.com. Thank you so much and enjoy the show. Hey, everybody. Welcome. It's Nerd Sports, episode 143.
Woo-hoo.
And like the description on our YouTube channel, it's not 142, not 144, certainly not 145.
That's right out.
Pull thy pen and throw thy holy episode. It is episode 143. We are here once again to assault your soul without consent.
And without apology.
Yeah. And, hashtag me too. Now, I did get a talking to by our producer, David. He last night he helped me kind of sort out some technical difficulties that we were having last week.
Slight.
Yeah, I mean, it was a gremlin. That's all I'm going to say. But
easily fixed now that we know the problem.
Yeah. So I mean, all of our sound effects are going to be here this week. It's going to be glorious. But he told me, he was like, there's certain certain things that I can't say anymore. So
yeah. Like 90% of your vocabulary.
Hey, I mean, dude, it's I mean, we're still within a minute and a half, so it's not my fault. It wasn't my fault. It's not my fault. And like Worf, it was not my fault.
We need a longer introduction so that we can pad that time, get that run time so that we don't slip.
Well, when David is here and he kind of launches in with the whole weird sport that I was yet again too lazy to go out and find. It
pads our run time.
It does. It gives us more of a buffer from when the show starts out to when we can start dropping F-bombs with impunity. It's great, but if you're like everybody else around the southern part of the country, and here soon the eastern seaboard, it's cold out there. Ish.
It's a little chilly.
Yeah,
it depends on what part of the country you're from, because it's where I grew up, it doesn't get cold till it's below zero.
Right. And you and I have been in places where it's below zero.
Oh yeah.
We're still expected to walk a perimeter.
No, of course.
And
snivel gear is for, well, I can't say it, but
well, I mean,
snivel gear is for the weak. That'll be the nice way of putting that.
Okay, we're past 3 minutes. I'm going to call bullshit on that. Okay.
Listen, it's not me saying it, it's the sergeant
The
major,
steel jacket liner, it's stuffed inside your BDU blouse, bro.
right?
I'm telling you. And I'll be damned. That whoopee wrapped around me
I'm saying,
like a cloak. You know,
it's like
I mean,
a cocoon of.
I promise to be up to no good. You know, I mean,
100%. I wish
it
my
was
girlfriend
beautiful.
told
And
me.
you know, the wonderful thing about poncho liners, about whoopies were, is you can defeat an Apache's infrared camera with it.
Mhm.
And there's my daughter. Hi, Maria. My daughter chimes in. She says 7 inches of snow there, just east of Nashville, where she lives, and it's 14 degrees outside right now.
See, it's not
I'm
cold.
glad that she quantified that measurement with snow.
It's snow. Thank you.
Be like, oh, we got 7 inches here.
Well,
I mean, that's more
right.
information than I needed to have, but thank you for that. Appreciate it.
That's a good.
Like, now the only other question out there to be had is, how many strokes did it take to get to that 7 inches?
3.5.
Oh my god!
It's been a while. I'm sorry.
Is that why his last name was Bonaparte?
Oh,
We are starting off on a good note this week. Okay. As you have noticed, David is again not in attendance this week. That is because we're going to have to start filming our shows, at least for the duration of this semester, on Monday nights. Because I have class Tuesday nights, Tuesday and Wednesday nights this week, this semester. But
and sadly,
David's work schedule didn't line up, so I'm like, okay, all right, you know, it's oh, and Maria says Twin Falls, Idaho, 6 degrees, lots of snow.
oh, I can only imagine. It's
Right.
been brutal. The wind chill up there has been absolutely brutal. I've been talking to some friends in Montana, and it's been awful.
Well, I mean, when you don't have hardly anything to stop the wind, you know, it's kind of like Amarillo.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Wind just rips right
No,
through.
David's not avoiding us. I mean, because ultimately he does have to go back and edit these shows. If he was truly avoiding us,
We just beat SOL.
he would do the show on his own, and he would change the password so that way I don't have access to the streaming platform.
I'm surprised he didn't.
Right.
We keep us pretty well.
She's been stuck there for over a week, and I'm assuming it's because your truck is still broke down, or 9 days. Golly, that's like change of address material right there.
Right.
You know, what is it that we used to tell people? Don't make an MOS out of it. 9 days is making an MOS out of it. But
an occupation now.
right. You are the subject material, or you are the subject expert. Yeah, there we go.
Subject matter expert.
Something like that. There's some kind of fanciness for it, and yeah. Well, okay, so now we're up to yes, it's still in Indiana. We're up to 4 viewers apparently. These are rookie numbers. We need to get those pumped up. But if you're out there watching, throw some comments in the comment section if you're able. And you know, if you're watching on YouTube, there will be a lag, so we'll try to chime in and give you a shout out as we go along. This weekend in this week actually in football, there's some pretty big news. Yeah, I mean, as everybody knows, Michigan won the national championship. But going forward from that, the next biggest piece of news out of the college football world is Nick Saban retiring as head coach from from Alabama. And so yeah, I'm just kind of like, where does he go from here? Is he going to go to the NFL again? Try to do that? I mean, I know Dallas is probably going to look for a new head coach, hopefully here soon.
We need a coach that knows how to win. like in this decade. Of course, I don't know if Nick Saban.
Right. Yeah. So, but Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots decided that they were going to part ways. Can you imagine Bill Belichick bringing his Sith like sleeveless hoodie to Dallas?
Oh.
And how about that ass chewing that Jimmy Johnson gave the Cowboys from the Fox studios at halftime?
Yeah, well,
Yo, dude, did you see the video of that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, bro, look it up.
Earned it.
Dude, I got pumped up.
Yeah.
I got fired up. Hell, Michael Strahan got fired up, dude. I mean, he took his coat off and got in a 3-point stance after that speech was over.
Man.
I'm like,
they need some. I don't know what the hell.
Oh yeah, and the Chargers are talking to Jim Harbaugh. And so that's not me making a comment. That's actually my dad. So my dad is actually checking out the show. And Dallas needs Belichick. Yeah. So
Dallas needs an exorcist. I don't know. Burn some sage or something. I don't know what it is they need, but
no, here's what needs to happen. Dallas needs to find somebody with a copy of the Necronomicon, and they need to revive Leslie Nielsen and have him come in and do the exorcism to get rid of Jerry Jones.
Yes. That's what it is. Yes.
Just kind of putting it out there.
He keeps haunting the halls of that stadium.
And it's not that him and Jimmy Johnson, it's not, yes, Dallas found another way to choke. They snatched defeat from the jaws of victory yet once again.
Yep.
Okay.
Which,
so,
I mean, are we all surprised?
Right. So, dude, I'm sitting there and I'm watching this game. And I'm like, it's 21-0 in the first quarter. And Dak had already thrown 2 interceptions, one of which was a pick 6. Now I'm sitting there going, oh, God. It's not so much that I want the Cowboys to win just for the sake of having them win. I just don't want to sit there and listen to Stephen A. Smith talk shit the next day. Actually, that day, that evening, all over every social media platform that man's on.
Yes. Until next season. Like, he is relentless.
And the funniest thing is that out of all of the big media talking heads, it's Skip Bayless, dude. He is the biggest bandwagon fan.
Yes.
Like today, he was like, "This is it. I am done. This is a travesty." He took all of his Cowboys gear into the kitchen and threw it in the trash can. I'm like, dude, if you're gonna commit and just burn it.
They play school.
Burn it.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
No, high school freshman team. Yeah, no, it
was practice squad all the way.
I mean, and here comes Dak Prescott with the hottest take of the century. I suck tonight. No, you didn't suck tonight, Dak. You didn't suck last night. Here, let me kind of go on a little bit of a free flow rant here. Dak Prescott, you did not suck last night. You reported for your first day of incarceration. You went up to the biggest, baddest, meanest ass in the entire cell block, and he made you his bitch. Okay. Not only did he turn you out, he turned you out from both ends. And then he passed you around to his friends. And his friends just happened to be named the Green Bay defense. Jordan Love was playing your role last night. You guys had a 14 or 15 game winning streak at home going back to last season. And in the course of less than a quarter, not only did you give that up, not only did you give up the sanctity of your prom night virginity to the pimpled-faced Clearasil Neutrogena farmer, but you did it on national television. You were the number 2 seed. The number 7 seed up until last night was 0-6 in the playoffs. So congratulations for setting history. Now, don't get me started on where CeeDee Lamb was, because apparently he was taking directions on how to be number 88 from somebody other than one of the 88s that have graced this organization with their presence. I mean, Drew Pearson was probably over there going, I picked the wrong day to quit drinking. Michael Irvin's over there going, I picked the wrong day to quit doing coke. Des Bryant's over there going, I picked the wrong day to quit stiffing my jewelers for the tab. I mean,
all the way around. Like, there was nothing redeeming about it.
Like, at all. I mean, that was the most embarrassing playoff loss in franchise history.
This was on par with Tony Romo flubbing that field goal. The field goal.
Actually, I don't fault Tony Romo for that. I don't, because it's just as much on the center as it is him.
True. But
yeah, I know the buck has to stop somewhere. Harry S. Truman coined the phrase, the buck stops here. Well, guess what, Dak? You wear the captain patch on your uniform. So I hope that you just have all your mentions muted between now and the halfway point of next season. Let's just kind of put that out there.
Yeah.
But moving on, we went over our picks from last week. We had the Texans pick to beat the Browns. I thought it was going to be close. I thought it was going to be like a 5-point game because of Cleveland's defense. We could not have been more wrong. CJ Stroud showed up, him, the offense, and the defense with 2 pick sixes, back-to-back pick sixes, by the way. Yes. So
my story, and I'm sticking to it. Cowboys had a record-breaking game. I'm just going to put it that way.
Yes.
We don't need to talk about that record.
To caveat off of what my dad said, the Cowboys are the first team in NFL history to have 3 consecutive 12-win seasons and not advance past the first round of the playoffs
without a playoff win.
Yeah.
Just.
And Tony Romo's sitting there in that booth tonight as he was calling that Buffalo game going, you fuckers miss me yet?
That's I mean, like Loki in the box watching the whole. That's what it feels like.
Right.
You know what it's like.
That's what it's like. We know each other from work.
Dubious sense. Yeah, that's like I said, it's not a record I want to
right.
want to acknowledge.
But 45-14, the Texans go in there and they showed up. And I mean, they showed up in a big way. So I mean, good job for DeMeco Ryans. If he's not the shoe-in for head or for coach of the year, man, it's between him and Dave Campbell from Detroit.
Oh yeah,
honestly.
No, I think it's got to be him. But with the improvement that you've seen with the Texans through the whole year,
and this was his first year.
Yeah, he's got to be a shoe-in.
Yeah, Loki has had a much better day.
That's true.
So I'm sitting there watching this game, and I'm like, how is CJ Stroud not more seriously considered for the MVP? I mean, at least for offensive rookie of the year.
Oh yeah.
I mean, come on, dude. This kid, man, not to get on that theological soapbox, but the fact that after every game, the first thing that he does is thanks God. He gives props to God. And I'm like, you know what? This kid's grounded. He knows what's it about or what it's about. So moving on, we had the Chiefs over the Dolphins. That game had like a wind chill of -23. And now I know that everybody has seen the photos and seen the memes and they have seen all the talking on social media. Oh, it was so hard of a hit that Patrick Mahomes, his helmet cracked, and if he'd have been covered by Allstate instead of State Farm, he'd have been protected from mayhem like that. But
yeah,
there's a thing that happens on a very molecular level when shit gets that cold.
It gets brittle.
It's very brittle.
Mhm.
Okay.
It doesn't take much to cause a crack. It really doesn't.
It doesn't at all. And honestly, it wasn't even that hard of a hit.
Right.
It was just
if it had been
it was the point of the face mask. It was the point of that vertical piece of the face mask making contact at the right angle. That's
exactly.
all it was.
If it would have been if this hit had happened when it was sunny out, we wouldn't even be talking about it. It wouldn't have even made the news. It would have been just another routine play.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't even left a scratch on that helmet. To
Yeah,
be
exactly.
completely perfectly honest.
Exactly.
But the Chiefs, they finally put away what has undoubtedly been the biggest hoax in the NFL next to the Dallas Cowboys.
Worst of the Dallas Cowboys.
I mean, the Dolphins, they pissed away their division. And
yeah, it was theirs to win at the beginning.
Yeah, it was their division to win. I mean, they had Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Arguably the fastest man in the NFL. And he shows up in short sleeves, and they asked him, like, well, everybody else is wearing sleeves, 3/4 sleeves. They got hand warmers in their jerseys. What's your deal? He goes, well, I used to play here and I didn't want to look like a punk. And everybody's like, Miami's trying to show up and they're trying to show out. They're trying to tell everybody in the world that they're not a warm weather team. Well, guess what? You're a warm weather team.
I'm sorry, but you're from Miami. You're a warm weather team. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah. Next we had now the Steelers and Bills game was originally supposed to be played on Saturday, but they had 4 feet of snow, actually. I think 5 feet of snow in that stadium.
Yeah.
They couldn't keep the seats uncovered. They couldn't get the field uncovered. They had actually put out a call in to the public there in Buffalo to pay $20 an hour for fans to come out and shovel snow in the stadium to help get it ready for the game. They had fans from the Bills Mafia out there working all hours of the night. I mean, there was a round the clock. There was a full 24-hour effort being put forth. Yeah, dudes out there in no shirts, shoveling snow, riding the traws all the way down to the field, so that way the front end loaders could carry it out. Dude, and then once they got the field plowed off enough, they turned on the heating system and kept the turf clear. And then if you watch the game tonight, every time the Bills did something amazing, they scored or they had the defense created a negative play. I mean, fans are throwing snow up in the air and it looked like fireworks. It was great.
That's awesome.
But
dude, $20 an hour, that'd be worth it. I'd do it.
Oh, hell yeah. You bet your ass. Yeah. Now, by virtue of the fact that the Bills are the number 2 seed and the Kansas City Chiefs are the number 3 seed, next week, the Bills are hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. And so for the first time in his career, Patrick Mahomes has to play a playoff game on the road.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, cold isn't going to be so much of an issue as it is maybe the wind, but now he's got to contend with the home team crowd noise.
Yeah.
So that's going to be fun. But the Bills finished off the Steelers tonight, 31-17. We did pick the Bills to win that game. So far we're doing pretty good. We're not going to talk about the Cowboys. Because
we'll just call it an emotional pick and be done with it. I know we said it wasn't an emotional pick, but it is now.
Yeah, it is now. Yeah, I mean, in hindsight, we can take a step back and go,
we'll Monday morning quarterback it.
No, that wasn't an emotional pick at all.
It wasn't real. Let's be honest. No, we knew they were.
We were just fucking with y'all.
So
was it back in the 90s, 80s, and 90s? Psych. He's like, y'all thought I was serious? We're talking about the playoffs. So now we had a split pick here. You stuck with your convictions after I had talked you into jumping on the Lions bandwagon. I was going off of some analytical information that I had been reviewing all week, talking as far as in relation to the Rams and Matt Stafford. But I'm happy I got this one wrong. Honestly, I really am. It's the first time in 31 years that the Detroit Lions have won a playoff game.
Yep.
So, I'm just sitting there going, okay, it's a 1-point win, but 1 point's as good as 1,000. I know I've heard my dad utter that very, very phrase time and time again.
He does listen to you.
Yeah, see, I do listen.
This instance, anyways. He definitely listens.
Right, yeah. It's one of those. Oh, he listens to that. But none of the other sage advice that I've given him.
Were some real bangers in there too.
I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You never know.
Disappointment.
It's the infantry brain. That's what can I say?
Yeah, hey, dude, have you noticed, and I just now realized that I do this. Like at the end of when they're interviewing NASCAR drivers, and if they're sponsored by Coca-Cola, they every time they take a swig, they have to do it with the branding facing forward. And I've been doing that, and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm not even getting paid swig points for it.
Cha-ching.
My dad's all dot. He's like, that's my dad's nice way of saying, I have got nothing to say because I'm right. Yeah, we know. Yeah. But no, I'm happy about this one. Tim Allen was there. And did you see they showed a guy on this dude had been a season ticket holder since 1966. And he was at the game yesterday.
Yes.
And they showed him on TV, and I was like, that dude's the OG right there. And then you got Eminem coming in there. You got Eminem coming in there. He's like, Matt Stafford, I rap for you, bro. You got to let us have this one. He's making an appeal to Matt Stafford, knowing that he's a diehard Lions fan. But if you looked closely enough, he was wearing a Tony Pollard hoodie. Yeah. Can we say somebody was hedging their bets?
You're right. I was supposed to wear a hoodie over the top of that. Sorry.
Right. I mean,
I forgot.
He didn't even have the decency to cover it with mom's spaghetti. I'm just kind of putting that out there.
His arms were too heavy.
Yeah, his arms were heavy. Yeah, great. The only game that we don't have a score on right now, actually, it's a beautiful thing. The Buccaneers are up 10-0 over the Eagles. The second quarter just started.
Yep.
Maria. Okay, so to catch Maria up, Eminem. Everybody knows who Eminem is. Marshall Mathers, Slim Shady. He's from Detroit. Diehard Lions fan. Matt Stafford used to be the quarterback in Detroit until Detroit and LA swapped quarterbacks. Matt Stafford went to LA, won a Super Bowl with the Rams, and Jared Goff came in and it was helping this program, this team turn around. Tony Pollard is the primary running back for the Dallas Cowboys. He had a Tony Pollard hoodie on. So the fact that Eminem, a Lions fan, is appealing to Matthew Stafford, the former Lions quarterback, while he's wearing a Dallas Cowboy player's hoodie, it sends mixed signals. It's kind of like the varsity quarterback hitting on the fat girl from band and then standing her up for prom. Only years later at the 25th high school reunion, she turns out to be like the hot chick, and he got a pot belly and's got like 5 kids because his pullout game's weak as fuck. And they're all from different women. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the irony. Oh, and they're up 13-0 now. They just kicked another field goal.
Oh man. This is
Oh,
This is turning into a blowout here.
I mean, I want to see the
Eagle.
Eagle. I mean, cry, Eagles cry.
Yes. I want tears in.
Now to give people like my dad a little bit of context here, we here at Nerd Sports vehemently hate the Philadelphia Eagles,
Yes.
and for that matter, any
entirely.
originating from the city of Philadelphia,
Yes.
because most of their fans are dumpster fire trash,
Yes.
and that is originating from
Put
the
it nice.
Eagles fans throwing battery-laden snowballs at the Cowboys when the Cowboys were visiting there for 1 year. I can't remember what year it was, but it was a Christmas Eve game, and they were throwing snowballs with batteries in them. And then you get the Philadelphia Phillies fans who, well, let's just face it, they have every bit of heartache and grief coming to them. And I hope that the universe keeps laying it on thick.
Yep.
So
I hope Philadelphia never wins another championship in my lifetime.
Or if they do get to a championship game, I want it to be like not last year, but the year before last, when the Phillies were in the World Series, the Eagles were in the Super Bowl, and their Major League Soccer team was in the championship game, and all three teams lost.
Yes.
I'm like, I want to see this city
won.
burn itself to the ground.
That's not the kind of hat trick you're going for.
Right? You know, I mean, I like Tim McGraw's music, but Tim McGraw's late father, Tug McGraw, pitched for the Phillies. And so now, Tim McGraw shows up at all like the Phillies postseason games wearing his dad's jersey and his World Series ring. And I'm like, you know, kind of low key going,
Never
I'm
again.
kind of glad your dad's not here.
Yeah.
I know.
It's kind of fucked up, but
he's wrong, but he's out of line, but he's not wrong. You know,
he's out of line, but he's got a point.
I mean, by default, I kind of want your career to suffer just a little bit, you know.
Not like catastrophically, but
No, not catastrophic, catastrophically, but more like we hope that your wife, Faith Hill, never sells another record. But oh wait, she hasn't recorded anything lately. So hey, we're winning.
There you go. Want your next single to go, lead instead of platinum. So nice. You still have some sales. You had a little bit there. It still gets a little bit of airplay.
Yeah, maybe on the satellite channels, like Y2K Country.
Right. Make about $1.50 on Spotify. Which is what, 100,000 spins, 200,000. It gets you about $1.50.
Something like that, I guess. I don't know.
$0.01 per spin or something. I don't know.
All right. So our picks for next week, as of right now, because we're not going to have the complete picture. Maria, wow.
You're welcome.
I am a certified forklift operator and CDL license owner. So I am going to be operating the bus that leaves for hell in the morning. Thank you very much. Beep, beep. Next week, we got the number 4 seeded Texans going to Baltimore to visit the number 1 seed Ravens.
It's going to be tough. That's going to be a very tough one.
It is going to be tough. And, I'm kind of wanting to go with the emotional pick on this one.
I am too.
I've got faith in the Texans. I really do. I know that I've got a friend who's, a Ravens fan. Why? I don't know.
That used to mean something.
I mean, maybe he's just into the color purple, but they just had a reboot of the color purple on, what was it? Netflix or something? Amazon. That's what it is. Yeah.
Oprah Winfrey Network. OWN. Oprah Plus. I don't know. Does she have her own streaming channel yet? She has everything else. Oprah Plus.
It's Oprah Winfrey, dude. I mean, you know,
She
the
owns
only reason why I think that her talk show went as long and was successful as it was, and she had like the Book of the Month club, is I think that she was having all of the pheromones extracted from the fat she was having sucked out of her ass, sprayed into the studio and into the books that she recommended every month. Yeah.
This book smells funny, but damn, is it good? I can't put it down.
I can't put my finger on it, but man, it'll just tell you something. What?
Pages are a little greasy though.
You leave this book out in the sunlight, it starts to smell like bacon.
Cleared up my acne real good though.
My hair stayed in place for a week. You know how supple that stuff made
it
my
right
beard?
off.
See, my dad said, he said putting gifts under the seat helps. Well, they were sprayed with the pheromones too.
Oh goodness.
Oh, the ass crack Winfrey by Chanel.
When it says eau de toilette, it's not what you think it means.
We're gonna get a cease and desist letter next week.
David's like, what the hell are you doing to me? Why are you trying to get us canceled?
Like, they've got my fucking address now, dude.
Can't go after Oprah Winfrey like that.
Hold on, I'm gonna get out in front of this one. I did not suicide myself, and neither did Chris Jacka.
I do not have incriminating information on Hillary Clinton.
Holy shit. Oh my God.
I'm sorry, David.
So we're taking the Texans over the Ravens.
Yes. And I honestly think they really do have a chance to get that, especially if
I do too. I mean, as long as
if the same CJ Stroud shows up as he did last week.
Yeah, and the
They
defense,
absolutely have
if the defense shows up like they did this week,
Absolutely.
boy, watch out. All right. This is an easy one. We've got the Packers at the 49ers. Because of the talking to that I had received at the hands of our producer, I am not going to make the obligatory joke that has written itself for this game. So we're going to pick the 49ers over the Packers.
The implication is very loud, though. It's there. If you're listening hard enough, you heard it.
I mean, there's nothing that's going to be said or uttered or implied about a team named the Packers visiting the city of San Francisco.
By the way, I heard there's some really good fudge shops in San Francisco.
No, that would be in Uranus.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah.
Same,
I mean, okay. All right. So here's the thing.
Really close to each other.
All right. So there's that very fine dividing line. It's probably the San Andreas fault, right?
Let's say a memory.
I mean, one side, they're a bunch of flaming assholes, and the other one, I mean, they're just nuts, dude. And all they do is hang out and just talk shit to each other all day long. Who do we want to take in this game? I mean, I have a natural disdain for the 49ers just as a matter of principle.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, I was raised to not like the 49ers.
no, me neither. Who do we hate worse?
The 49ers? Because here's what I want to see. Here's what I want to see. The winner of tonight's game between Tampa Bay and Philadelphia, they're going to have to go to Detroit for the divisional round, right? I would like to here's what I want to see. And this will be our obligatory one nice thing to say about the team from Green Bay this week. We're going to take the Packers or Packers over the Niners.
Who's going to get hurt worse by losing to the Lions? I think the Packers. I think the Packers would hurt worse losing to the Lions.
Well, no, because here's the thing: if the Packers beat the Niners next week, they go to the NFC Championship game, right?
True.
The winner of the Philadelphia Tampa Bay game plays the Lions next week. The winner of that game goes to the NFC Championship, right? As long as it is not Philadelphia coming out on top tonight. Actually, either way, I think we're going to kind of ride the Lions all the way through to the Super Bowl, right?
I'm very seriously considering it.
Okay, now here's the hypothetical here. Okay, here's just the way I see the scenario playing out. Next week, the Chiefs are playing in Orchard Park against the Bills for the divisional round, right? I think the Bills are going to come out on top on that one. All right. So, but as far as the, Texans are going to beat the Ravens. So it's going to be the Texans and the Bills playing for a chance to go to the Super Bowl. As much as I would like to see the Texans go, I don't think I would actually mind watching the Bills go to another Super Bowl. Because if either one of those two teams represents the AFC in the Super Bowl, it's going to be a good game against the Lions. And for the Detroit Lions to have an actual shot to it, for advancing to the Super Bowl, they're going to have to play the Packers next week. Or in the NFC Championship game.
True.
Because if the Niners go to the championship game and the Lions can get past whoever they play next week, that's going to be a tough game.
Man, I don't know. It's getting hard to call.
I mean, if anybody else from the NFC besides Detroit goes, I'm pulling for the Texans to go the whole way.
Oh, same. I honestly would not be unhappy to see a Lions-Texans Super Bowl.
Yeah. And my dad brought up a really good point. The NFC North used to be called, well, back when it was the yeah, I mean, because it just used to be two divisions, right? It used to be the North and the South, right? Right. So the NFC North, I mean, that's old school football. I mean, they used to be called the Black and Blue Division. So,
yeah,
it's just because they just ran things just down your throat, just up the middle.
Yep.
All day long.
But it's a kinder, gentler NFL now.
Yeah, right. Like, we have things like the challenge flag and roughing the passer.
Safety protocols.
What is this? You can't horse collar tackle somebody now? What's going on there? Rub a little dirt on it, you get people like from the old school Minnesota Vikings, the purple people eater gang, like, oh, just beat you up just looking at you kind of a deal.
Yep.
But
people,
yeah, purple people eaters, yeah.
Still kills me.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Definitely. We're going to be here. I'm just going to have to put it like this. Winner of the Philadelphia game, Philadelphia slash
Which we all know.
Bucks game.
We all know it's going to be the Bucks.
Let me see. We're going to take the Lions over the winner of that game. And, you know, actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait. I'm going to edit these in the morning. Just that one particular pick to reflect who the winner of tonight's game was. So that way it doesn't look like, you know,
complete ass.
Right. Like, tell me you guys jumped the gun without actually telling me you jumped the gun.
Right.
And then we said we're going to take the Bills over the Chiefs, you know, because and I hate being this way about it. Well, not really. I want to be this way about it. When the Chiefs lose next week, expect Taylor Swift to jump on the Jared Allen train.
The train.
You could picture it now. Taylor Swift's next album cover is her doing an atomic elbow off the top of some dude's bus through a table in the parking lot in Buffalo, New York.
I could see it. I can absolutely see that. That's fantastic. Very, very vivid imagery.
Right. All right. No, so my dad, he said he doesn't know who was meaner. The Vikings players or their coach, Bud Grant. Now, if out of all the Vikings players, I think that if I had to pick one, it would be Frank Tarkenton. I mean, he was kind of like their leader.
That's true.
You know, he was the captain before the captain patch was a thing. Just kind of putting that out there. I'm just saying. So.
Oh, your dad's not a Swiftie?
No, my dad is not a Swiftie.
Wow.
I mean, how do you account for me being the way that I am? My dad's balls dropped decades ago. Okay. My dad was part of the Tonkin Golf Yacht Club, for crying out loud. You know, just kind of putting that out there. You know, there are you know, yeah, he was good. You know, you're right. He wasn't mean, but here's the thing. He was playing football when football players had to have a day job during the off season.
Right.
He saved up all of his vitriol and his hate for the everyday guy that he was dealing with. I think because I remember he did an interview for Sean Hannity one day a long time ago. He was a mover. He was a mover during the off season. Like he moved refrigerators and crap like that, right? You know, it's just but but yeah, no, my dad's not a Swiftie at all. And I mean, my dad's personality kind of, you know, I mean, one of the nicest things my dad ever said to me was, you know, he got to witness me chewing out a private one day and he was like, "You're an asshole." I was like, "Oh,
the nicest thing you ever said to me."
Right. You know, and I'm paraphrasing here, but he used to tell us all the time that if you look the word asshole up in the dictionary, you look over in the margin, there's a picture of my granddad's skeleton, you know, this fine looking dude over here.
Yeah.
You know, there'd be a picture of him in the margins that it would say, "See him." And my dad said, you know, he took that with him when he joined the Navy and he perfected it. Like he honed it into an art form.
I can see that.
And then the infantry taught me how to turn it into a science. Yeah.
Honed your craft.
My dad said it was said with admiration. Yeah. You know, so, I mean, Eh,
Yeah, it's a high
there's
bar.
so much power in the knife hand, though. It's like
It is. It's
you just ask Daddy
it's
Mattis. You know, it's
all-
like somebody asked him. I watched an interview. It was a 60 Minutes interview, and the lady, the reporter, was like asked him like, what's the maximum effective range of your knife hand? He goes, as far as I can throw it.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, that is why that man is my daddy.
Yep.
You remember? Okay, so you remember when he resigned from SecDef,
Yeah.
and you go on like all of the social media platforms, and people were like legitimately having like custody fits. They were like, I want to go live with Dad. Right?
I don't like when mom and dad fight.
Yeah, I don't like it when Mom and Dad fight. I want to go live with Daddy. You know.
I remember that.
Oh, that was a great time. All right, so just to kind of recap the picks for right now. Let me go back here. Let me look at. Oh, it is 16-3.
It's about to be a party in here.
Oh, shut up, Jamie Foxx. Jeez.
I mean, true, but he had a point too.
Yeah. I mean, it is about to be a party up in here. 16-3. 5:35 left in the second or in the first half. Oh,
Yes, talk dirty to me.
oh, I like it when you talk to me that way, Daddy. My dad said a good supervisor isn't doing his job unless his name makes the shithouse wall.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean that is true. You know,
Put that on
Yeah.
a t-shirt.
oh, we will.
I want that
You're
either on a
really
sticker.
immortal
Or
unless your last name is on a jump tower wall.
There you go. There you go.
People
Hell
are like, jump tower. We're talking about shitters. We're talking about the blue jump towers. You know, yeah, it's those same jump towers that, you know, you get out there and it's like 120 something degrees. It's 147 inside the shit house.
But
And
you
you're
still
dedicated because, you know, you're risking going into heat cat, just going in there just to rub one out, but you suck it up anyway, and you know you push through.
listen, if you don't suffer for it, is it worth having?
Right? You know, it's like
Suffer for your craft.
what is it? The opening scene to A Grunt's Life.
Yes. Yes.
You see him, he's like, and he's trying to get it going, and you hear that, and he looks through the sidewall, and there's a fucking bullet hole, and he's like, "Whoa." And he's got his earbuds in. Maria, she's like, you shouldn't say daddy like that. She goes,
That's my line.
oh God, okay.
In areas of distinction. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, don't call him sir. That was his dad.
Some what?
Anytime somebody has been over to their house and is like said, yes, sir. He's like, don't call me sir. That was my father. I'm like, okay, yeah, all right, cool. You know, and I say the same thing to people out in public, but yet when I'm here at home, every single one of my kids, yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so you know.
It's instilling a mind frame.
I mean, it's just because I can't have him calling me by like a rank or anything like that, you know. That would just seem a little too obvious and over the top.
That is true.
It'd be like my first sergeant from basic. Like this dude had his kids come in there one day. They were marching behind him. He went into the office, dude. They went into mark time, came to a complete halt, and snapped to parade rest against the wall next to the door to his office.
Damn.
Yeah. He stuck his head out and looked at them to make sure that they were still doing what they were supposed to be doing. And then he looked at us. We're all out there cleaning weapons, right? And he was like, see, that's what fucking discipline looks like. We're like, rock steady, first sergeant, rock steady. I mean, this dude he was in his 40s and he was sitting there, like, he's sitting there talking about he participated in the best ranger competitions for fun.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you know,
we're that weekend.
Yeah, it's just like I'm bored. I'm tired of looking at the wife. I'm gonna go hang out over at Darby. I'm gonna go hang out with those guys. You know, or just like
Sunday.
You know, we were doing our some of our first road marches, right? I mean, you know, you remember Cardiac Hill at Sand Hill?
Cardiac Hill. I don't.
You never looked at the top of it because it never got there. Like the more you looked at the top of that hill, you knew you were walking towards it, but it just looked like it kept getting further and further away.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So we come over the top of Cardiac Hill, and his truck is parked down at the bottom of the other side, right? Bear in mind, he'd been doing PT for probably 2 hours prior to our road march. He stops over by his truck. Dude, his dog was even walking in step with him. Like his dog.
No shit.
A golden retriever, right? Beautiful dog. This dog did not make a sound. When we went into a security halt, his dog assumed the prone position.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We were just like, what the fuck? But he gets to his truck, right? And it's one of these like 93 F-250 dualies, right? He takes off his ruck and takes out 2 full 5-gallon water cans and throws them in the back of his truck. And the bed of the truck dipped.
Damn.
So we're thinking, like, what did he have those things filled with? Concrete? Like, what the hell, dude?
Right.
Like, when you saw this guy, everything about him screamed Aryan Nation, right?
Yeah.
He had a wife beater with the German crest on it.
It's like Hitler's wet dream.
Dude, blonde hair, flat topped, blue eyes.
Yep.
I mean, we're talking like Paul Atreides on Arrakis blue eyes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You know, and that is the nerd portion of this evening. No, but we're going to go over these picks again real quick. Oh, it's now 9-16 Tampa Bay. That's too fucking close, Tampa Bay.
Yeah, come on.
Pull your head out of your ass.
Stab it up.
Those are rookie numbers. Come on now.
Make here.
We've got the Texans over the Ravens. Got the Packers over the Niners. Make your own joke there. We're going to go out on a limb. We're going to say the Lions over the Bucks and the Bills over the Chiefs. So I'm going to wait until this game is concluded, and then I'm going to revise that to make it more official before I send it over to David. But let me see here, making sure that Colin is ready. No. Wrong one. Come on.
She said rawr.
Rawr.
See, a German Shepherd would be a little bit too on the nose, though. You couldn't have a German Shepherd on standing next to Hitler's wet dream.
Right. You just you couldn't. You really couldn't.
That'd be a little too obvious.
Yeah. Just a little too obvious. There we go. All right. And he read it. And so give me just a couple of seconds here. Waiting for him to pop. There he is.
There he is.
What is up, my guy? Hey, no pressure this week, but your pawpaw's in the audience. Do you see that face he made? Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, he must have a good one for us then.
Right? Okay. We've tested it. And we're about to fire this thing off, but here we go. Haze. Nope. Come on. I need this to back up here. Hold on just a second, guys. I'm waiting on it to finish playing all the way through because I can't back it up or start it over. I got to wait for it to play itself out. Then I'm going to turn the volume on it back up. And there we go. Rising from the smoke and haze of desolation comes a Ronin, bent on wrongdoing that which has been set right. Here for your ears and eyes to feast upon. It is my genetic code. Ladies and gentlemen, angry faithful of all ages, it is time for Joke Time with Colin. Oh, and your Grammy's listening too, so lay it on thick, guy. I mean, we're committed. They know the score. Let's go. Come on.
Hold on. Go.
Do what?
I gotta go grab them.
Ah. Okay. Yeah. If you've got he shouldn't have a fan on. Good God. You have a fan on or something in the background, buddy?
Do I need to turn it off?
Yeah, because we got like a buzzing in the background.
It's nothing compared to when I'm on the phone with Gabe. Sounds like he's in a freaking hurricane.
The wind tunnel.
All right. What you got for us?
You know, Holocaust jokes aren't really that great. They burn out really easy.
Oh, the timing on that.
Oh.
Oh no. No. Oh my God. We made so many Hitler jokes just a little bit ago. And then you came out with a Holocaust joke.
I have another one.
Oh my God.
Oh, he's got another one.
God. Oh God, I can't believe it.
Okay.
Oh. Lay it on us.
Oh my God.
How did he know? How did he know?
And his sister's listening too. I forgot.
What's one thing that's different and one thing that's similar about Jews and Harry Potter?
Oh no.
Oh God.
Both went into a chamber. One came out.
Nope. No.
Wow.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've made it 143 episodes. We thank you for coming along this ride
We
here.
had a good run. We had a good one. It's been a pleasure. Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
It's like that Bert and Ernie meme that I've got where Bert standing next to Adolf Hitler, and it says that moment when Bert realized his friend didn't hate juice.
Oh no.
But those Bert and Ernie memes are like my favorite.
Those are the greatest.
Because they're just so
Overall.
Oh, God, your pawpaw, he wants you to repeat the first joke, sir.
Oh.
Well, if we weren't getting canceled, we're definitely are now.
Oh.
Go for it, Colin. Go for it.
Hold on. You know,
It's the fact that he delivered it with such a deadpan, and then he hung his head in shame.
Yes.
Yeah.
Say hello to your grandma first. And then repeat the horrible joke.
Oh, God. Here we go.
you know, Holocaust shows aren't that great. They burn out really easy.
God, it's worse the second time.
Yeah. It's like oatmeal. It just doesn't reheat the same.
It's like putting fries in the microwave. It just doesn't work. It's limp and soggy. My God. Oh man.
It's just dry the second time around.
Ow. Super spicy this week.
He said, wow. Are you saying you want to see you want to hear the second one again?
He's trying to.
He's trying to do to us.
Right? It's like, here, let's give the
we're gonna double down.
social
We
media
have a good day
face.
going here.
In case you missed the first
No.
time.
And no, he said that she'll remember that the next time she fixes his dinner. No, okay. So the pot roast comment was from me and me alone. It was nothing to do with Colin. And it has nothing to do with my mother's cooking at all. Period. Hands down. To this day, I cannot eat anybody else's chicken fried steak in fear of that it feels like it's like I'm cheating on my mom's cooking.
Right.
I can't do it. Oh, man. Okay. No, they don't want to hear the second joke again. So, hey, the governor called. We have a reprieve.
We might just survive this after all.
Like, you know,
I don't got any more. So
like, good, because I don't think we're going to financially be able to recover from this. So,
The FCC is already right. I think they're on the phone right now.
yeah, the alphabet boys are sitting there peeking through the window.
That's not why I saw my curtains move.
Yeah, right. They're sitting there going,
it's like every time Michael pulls
right
down
here.
the line in the office, peeing
what did you
through.
say about an oil filter suppressor? I had a boating accident. Are those plates level 4? Yeah, like,
That's the pertinent question.
my dad chimes in. Colin gets the good meal.
Well, he's the grandson, so it's their job to spoil him. Take up for small favors.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay. So did you? Did you guys see the pictures of the X-wing fighter I sent y'all?
Yeah.
Actually, I did.
That whole damn thing's made out of cardboard. My mom and dad gave it to me for Christmas. And yeah, we're up to 5 viewers. We are living the high life. We are packed. This is a sold out house for us.
Yeah.
You know, and let the record reflect that we've never had 5 viewers when David's been on the show.
I'm not saying there's a correlation.
No, we're
But
not
it's
saying the two are related at all.
It's definitely his fault.
We're not going to mention the name of who might be responsible, but his initial is David Dickerman.
He shall remain nameless otherwise. If you can't figure it out from there.
Yes, Maria, we are sure, because it doesn't count when you've got multiple screens open to pump up the viewer numbers.
Is that
out there. Yeah. Yeah.
Still, I'll take it.
Yeah.
The point is, we have 5 viewers. That's all I'm hearing is 5.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how we got there. I hear 5.
Yeah. I mean,
That's like Oprah buying, all of her books and then saying that she made the New York Times bestseller list.
Oh, and your Uncle Jeremy's listening too. How about that?
Oh, hey.
It's a family affair. Got him on in the living room. Come on.
I mean, you know, nepotism is kind of a thing. So, you know, it's just, I mean, at least it's not like the Little Rock phone book where it's basically a pamphlet because there's 3 last names in the whole damn town.
I'm not saying it's his fault, but if the shoe fits,
Right.
if the boot fits,
The boot. You know, it feels kind of dirty, like, you know, doing Tom Hanks impressions now, knowing that he's on that Epstein list.
I know, right? Oh,
I
but
was like, I wanted to do a Gump impression the other day, but I had to stop myself because, you know, yeah.
Wait, what?
Tom Hanks and his wife both visited Epstein's Island.
Oh,
That's why he's a
Yeah.
Greek citizen now.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
there's this really good movie
He's just getting ahead of it.
called Shutter Island. It's a really good movie.
I don't
Tell
know
me
what
you
that
put
had
the
to
brakes
do
on the entire show without actually telling me.
Yeah, I don't know what that had to do with it. Just like, it's here all over again.
Right. Or he's like, nice
He's not
segue.
really gone.
You said island, so like
I see the correlation there. I got it.
Oh, island. They're both islands.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't touch it, Colin. You'll go blind.
Oh man.
Yeah. So lit my first model this week or this past weekend. Finished that Millennium Falcon. I put some additional touches on it today as far as like paint and weathering and stuff like that. Sanded off some, you know, touched up some areas with a filing, sanding file, and yeah, I went to Harbor Freight the other day and I bought probably about $12 worth of spring clamps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spring clamps, plastic welder, and modeling putty are your friends when you're trying to light a model, especially one that's like 30 something years old and there is a ton of warping involved because it's been through so many heat cycles.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'm in the process now. I'm starting another X-Wing fighter. This one you're going to dig, Chris, because when I'm done with it, I'm going to have it with the landing gear out. The wings are going to be closed, and I'm going to make a diorama of it. It's going to be after Yoda lifted it out of the swamp on Dagobah.
Oh, so it's gonna have all the
It's going to have all the
stringers
moss and the
that-
algae hanging off of it, and yeah, dude, it's going to
Nice.
it's going to
Hell
look pretty cool. Maria said that's a lie.
If that was true, I wouldn't be able to drive.
She just eats a lot of carrots. Has really thick glasses. I don't know.
She takes her biotin.
She's got the beta carotene. It's
Yeah. Macular degeneration. I've never heard of her.
Uh-huh.
So I started watching Echo, and dude, I got so bored.
I was gonna ask if it's worth watching.
I got probably about just takes biotin in liquid form. We're not going to go there, Chris. Leave it alone.
Me?
We're not going to go there.
I had something
She's
to
the
say.
super fan. Okay. Yes. She could probably take it. I'm going to stop there because to quote to quote Ben Solo, I know what needs to be done. I just don't know if I have the strength.
It's loud and clear.
Yeah. For real, they make it in a stop. Just stop. Stop.
Maria.
That's like putting the big red button to
No,
start
not
World
with
War III right in front of a person, in front of a dude, and be like, "You don't touch that now. I'm going to walk out of the room." So,
It's like Groot with the button that just must
Elliot.
touch button.
Yeah. So no, I got about halfway through episode 2, and I'm just kind of like, ugh. It takes place in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Come to find out, one of my wife's cousins is actually his wife is cousins with one of the people that actually star in that series. So I'm going to have to pick it back up and finish it all the way out. So that way, you know. Yeah.
I don't know. I saw previews for it, and I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get into this one.
Honestly, with the whole multiverse saga that they were supposed to be trying to kick off in this phase, I don't know, man. There's an oversaturation right now.
Yes.
So Marvel's kind of becoming susceptible or becoming subject to what Disney and Kathleen Kennedy tried to do with Star Wars.
Yeah.
So there's that. Yeah, I don't know. So Goat Simulator 3 is on Xbox Game Pass.
All that.
Dude, that game is it's stupid, but it's fun.
Oh,
Dude, no, seriously, take a few minutes, download it, and play it, dude. It is an amazing fun. There's something happening in Oklahoma makes it science fiction.
Hey, that one with Sylvester Stallone was actually a pretty good show. What was the
Tulsa King?
Tulsa King? There you go. That was pretty good.
Yeah, but it was Taylor Sheridan. So does that really count?
I don't play Xbox a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, we know that you don't play the Xbox much anymore nowadays, Colin.
I watch things. YouTube.
Dude, I think this generation, I think Xbox has it, man. Because it took me, okay, so we set it up. Aaron and I set up my PS5 this past weekend. 3.5 hours trying to figure out the freaking UI on this damn thing. And come to find out that you can't run games off of the external hard drive.
Yeah, dude,
You have to switch it over to the console.
it makes
Play
me.
it from there.
The way it works is console storage holds PS5 games. The storage can hold them. You cannot play them from there. You have to copy it onto the console storage. It takes up space from both the external and console.
Yeah.
And
So, like, what's the point?
Yeah.
The
I was so angry. Not only that,
PS5 has piss console storage. It is terrible.
Yeah.
He's like, it's got piss console. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to start using that. Like,
accurate, though.
Or
throw a little bit of like British English in there and be like, it's fuck all is what it is.
Fuck all.
it,
Dude, and yeah, but it doesn't tell you this. So I'm in there trying to switch stuff over and put games on there, and then I'm trying to start it, and it's not starting. 3.5 hours. I'm fucking around with this thing, trying to figure out
I'm
what's
gonna
going
have to
on
give my
with
dad
it.
a hard time on that comment here. Hold on.
So
He said,
angry.
that's why our house is a gaming console desert. All right. Let me paint the picture for you. For Christmas one year, when I was in the 6th grade, we were living in Washington. Mom and dad get all of us kids a joint Christmas present. They got us the NES with about 7 or 8 games and one of those like it was a hub that you can plug multiple controllers in for like multiplayer games, right?
Yeah.
In this grouping of original games was Tetris. That was my mom's game. And then there was Jack Nicklaus's championship golf, right? It was like his 18 favorite holes from all the different courses he's played, right? That was my dad's game. We kids would only get like an X amount of time to play the Nintendo, and it was after chores and homework and all that stuff, right? I love my mom, but my mom would sit there and go, let me finish this game. And dude, she would be on level 15, 18, 19, 20, just jamming out on Tetris, right? That was fine. But then my dad would play the Jack Nicklaus golf, right? Looking back, I find it a little humorous to think about watching my dad rage quit in the early days of rage quitting.
Rage quitting before there was a word for it.
Right. And you know how durable those NES controllers were.
Oh yeah, they were bricks.
Yeah. I mean, you could commit manslaughter with those things.
Oh yeah.
And so like my dad would be like, fucking controller's broke. He would throw it. You know? He wouldn't throw it hard, but he would bounce it off the coffee table, you know. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, so I'm sitting there going like, eh. But my parents bought me The Hunt for the Red October. You remember when that movie came out?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So in the general rule of thumb has been that games based off of movies are just traditionally horrible, right?
Every single Resident Evil movie.
Right. But games based off of movies are horrible. Yeah, my dad brought up the Red October, right? So now mom and dad went out and they spent $100 on this game because for whatever reason, this game was $100 back in the day. And I guess it was because of licensing fees and things like that. Dude, it took me a month and a half to beat that game. All right. And this was like, we didn't have the Game Genie to where I didn't, you know, and it didn't have a battery backup. So I had to start over from level 1 all the way through.
Yeah.
The ending screen when you beat the game was the same as when you ran out of lives. There was no differentiation at all.
No.
And when my parents found out that I had beaten that game and it only took me 6 weeks to do it, they never bought me another brand new game for as long as I lived with them. They would go and you could rent games from like the grocery store.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that.
Right. So they would go out and rent me all these like AAA titles, like back in the day, like Star Trek on the NES. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Mario 3 and no, was it one? No, it wasn't one afternoon. No, I sat down one after I played it in one playthrough, and it took me one day for one playthrough, but it took me a month and a half to get to that point. But I was rather proud of myself. That's how I remember it. So anyway, like you remember Nintendo Power had the top secret section in the back that was basically gave you like all the all the cheat codes and stuff like that, and like all the walkthroughs for the game.
Right.
Yeah. So they would go and they would rent all these. Right. They would rent these games. It was like once a month. You know, they would go and they'd be like, all right, you know, you can go, we can go pick out a game. And we would go rent the game. And dude, I would be up all night. I was up all night playing the Star Trek title that had come out for the NES. Right? Beat all the little side games and everything like that, make it all the way to the end of the game, and you get stuck in the Kobayashi Maru playing that scenario. What game are you playing, Jade? My niece just dropped in. Bear in mind there's a delay, so just saying hi real quick before she gets back to her game.
Probably the Avatar game.
Oh, right. Probably, yeah, okay. I mean, you would know. Okay, so
Got that game.
It's halftime now. 9-16 is the score right now. Buccaneers are they were up at half, so it's still halftime.
That's that's a good sign.
Lethal Company.
Lethal Company. Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's an indie PC title.
Right. But my parents would rent these titles, and then whenever the Super Nintendo came out, like I mowed lawns and I bought a used one off of a buddy of mine for like, I think it was like $60 one year. And I was like, yeah, it's mine, No, even though it's yours, the controllers would still disappear when I screw the pooch.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I remember I used to, dude, having a subscription to Nintendo Power Magazine was great, right? Now remember, because I started seeing ads for Ken Griffey Jr. presents Major League Baseball for the Super Nintendo, right? And living in the Seattle area, everybody was a Griffey Jr. fan.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I saved up and we ordered with the order form from the back. We pre-ordered the game. And the game came in and it came with an autographed Ken Griffey Jr. Super Nintendo baseball card.
No way.
I wish to God I still had that.
Oh.
But I've still got my copy of Ken Griffey Jr. Major League Baseball. It's upstairs in my storage room. Yeah.
Nice.
So, you know, that was the only game that you could go 162-0 during the regular season. Because if you were just getting your ass handed to you, oops, the reset button got hit. How did that happen? But
And
That's rage quitting before
so
for it.
when Jake hacked the Wii,
mhm.
put Pikmin 1 and 2 on there, and when you lose a certain amount of Pikmin, it's devastating. And I'm just like, hard reset is low back up the game.
Right, because there was no auto saving back in the day,
Yeah, there was
like at all.
Now, you were lucky if you got a check. It was a big deal when they first came out with checkpoints.
Right. Yeah. You know, like I'm sitting there playing Halo 3 and I'm sitting there going, ooh, checkpoint. What is this? Like, this is new. I like this.
I mean, I don't have to go all the way back to the beginning of the level. Yeah, that was.
And then games like Call of Duty and Call of Duty 3, you know, checkpoint or no, Call of Duty World at War, right? There's that one checkpoint when you're playing it on what is it, the veteran setting? When you're storming the Reichstag at the end of the game. And you have to take cover behind one of the fountains, and all of these potato masher grenades start getting lobbed at you like they're spamming the crap out of it, right? You get killed, and that's the checkpoint. And so the checkpoint loads, and you die. I'm sitting there going, what the fuck? Oh, yeah, my parents had this huge fire. The resident shithead, who happened to be the kid of the maintenance guy for the apartment complex my parents lived in at the time, set fire to a mattress that was in the storage unit next to my parents' storage unit. I've still got my Griffey ball. I've still got a bunch of his rookie cards and stuff like that, but that Super Nintendo card,
that hurts.
Yeah. Well, what hurt more was the fact that you know, my dad had just, you know, those banker boxes like for the files.
Yeah.
The long ones, like the 4-foot long boxes. He had like 5 or 6 of those full of comic books. Like first run stuff like Sergeant Rock, the Nom, Rom, the character Rom, the old Marvel comic.
Yeah.
Superman stuff, like the original still bagged death issues, first printing, you know, first printings. He had all of the early Todd McFarlane stuff.
Oh man,
dude. Yeah. I mean, just just all kinds of like badass titles, right? Gone. Firefighter came out holding a lump of wet paper in his hand. I mean, because he knew what it was, and he told my dad, he's like, they're all gone.
Oh
yeah.
Halo 3 will always hold a special place in my heart because
yes, that was the first game that Colin and I beat co-op.
No, because I remember at the end. So you know when like you're having to drive through and everything exploding and all that. Okay, so we failed a few times. I was driving. At a certain point, he was like, "Get out of the Warthog." No.
He's like, yeah, no, I'm not doing it. He's like 7 or 8. He's like, no.
And he's a different one, and we're driving through. His Warthog explodes. I'm still going, and then I get to the ship, and we beat the game. I'm like,
Yeah, because I'm sitting there and I try to cut a corner and I cut a corner too closely, and it clips the back tire, and so it makes me spin, and the floor panel gave out.
Oh,
And so my Warthog drops into
No.
infinity, and he's just like do 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 do, and I'm like, dude, go, and I'm getting excited. I'm like getting pumped for him, and he makes that jump at the end,
yeah.
and then the cutscene starts, and I was like, what? Yeah.
Dude, I'm playing it again now with Aaron because Halo 2 was his introduction to
Right.
gaming on original Xbox, and we're doing the co-op now. We're almost done with Halo 2. We're gonna move on to Halo 3, but he never played Halo
on the original Halo Combat Evolved. You can switch back from classic graphics to the remastered version, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. If you don't have it, I would probably advise it, but go into the Microsoft store and buy the ODST DLC for the Master Chief Collection. They remastered it, and dude, it is so good.
It,
I never played any of those. I got to play Halo 3, and that was it.
Halo 3 ODST should have been priced as a DLC because it literally, I think it was like a 3.5 hour campaign.
Yeah.
But because I remember we went to the midnight release, and my cousin and a couple of the guys that he worked with, we all got online when we all got home, and we went through and we beat the game that night.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and we're and remember the one guy's name was Rusty. He was like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, this is bullshit." He's like, "I'm never fucking buying a Halo game again." And we were like, "All right, whatever, dude."
That's how we feel about COD 3 right now, or Modern Warfare 3.
yeah.
I have not played through the campaign. I heard that it was like a ridiculously short campaign.
Yeah,
It's like 3.5 hours, and that's if you take your time.
guy just Kratos is like, fun fact, my speech this year is longer than the Call of Duty campaign this year.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's
That was
right.
Christopher Judge who voiced Kratos.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Activision lost it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they did.
Dude, all the developers started coming out talking crap about him.
They acted like children. Like, oh my.
It's bad.
Like, personally, I would rather play a God of War game any day of the week than hop on COD nowadays.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
way better story.
but
Because they only care about freaking money nowadays with that game, and it's ridiculous.
every game comes out, it's broken. It requires like 100 gig update day one.
Yep.
And it's just, and then that the next patch that they come out with is going to be at least 40 or 50 gigs, and it doesn't fix the bugs that needed to be fixed. I mean, they fix some texturing, and they fix a camera control or something like that, but it doesn't fix the gaps. It doesn't fix the glitches. Now, the only people that came out and actually fixed a glitch, they fixed a glitch that nobody wanted them to fix.
Yeah.
We're looking at you, Bethesda.
Yeah, freaking. That's from under the map.
What the hell with the vendor chests? Nobody asked you to do that shit.
And do that for Skyrim.
Yeah, you didn't do that for Skyrim, and that game's been out for what, 15 years, 12 years, something like that. You still drop below the map and get into the vendor chests there. But oh no, we can't do that for Starfield. People are cheating the system and they're getting rich quick. Like, you're the ones who released a broken game. Like, come on.
Dude, it's not a Bethesda game if it doesn't come out super buggy.
I know, but
it's got to have those
that.
bugs. That's part of the charm of having a Bethesda game.
Right, but they leave it buggy.
Speaking of money,
in some way.
So Chris, you can say goodbye to spending like $60, maybe $50 on games. PS5 games alone are $70.
Yep.
And
dude, I was looking through like any of the games that I want are still $70. What really pissed me off is I bought The Witcher 3 digital edition on PS4, and one of my favorite games of all time, and I had it on digital, showed in my library. I put it on PS5,
and Sony took your license away.
Gone.
Dude, they are. So Sony is the
$50.
worst. Dude, Sony is the worst about porting their games.
Yeah, so angry.
So, I like playing Souls games. You know, like Souls games are fun. I wanted to go through Bloodborne again. The PS4 version of Bloodborne did not port it. I have to do the stupid streaming thing, which is ridiculous because if your internet isn't good at the time, you can just give up on playing a game.
But even just to get into the queue to get to play it is like 15 minutes.
Yeah, and it's so dumb because what they did. So when PS5 came out, one of the games they did port was Demon's Souls.
Mhm.
Don't get me wrong, Demon's Souls is good. I like it. It's fun. But there are much better Souls games they could have ported to
Tampa
PS.
Bay's on the Philadelphia side of the field, and they've got the ball.
Love to see it.
I gotta save up money for the new Final Fantasy that's coming out. It's just so expensive and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's getting, and I don't understand how digital games are still priced the same as physical games. And I understand there's a development process in there, but it should be at least a little bit cheaper to do the digital games, just because you're not having to print the physical medium.
Well, I mean, especially
Distribution.
all right. So, having had last semester, I had to buy a digital textbook,
Mhm.
2 of them actually. There were no lessons given out of those textbooks, and they were both. One was $68, which was okay, but then my chemistry book that we never used was $228.
Yeah, explain to me
Sell
why.
it back, right? You can't rent it, and I mean, like,
Well, it's just cheaper because they don't have to print it.
well, that's great, but like seriously, I mean, there's not a way that we can like maybe rent out, a license for that book for however. I just
There's no reason why you couldn't
Baker
do that.
Mayfield got sacked at the Tampa back. He got a 10-yard loss back to the Tampa Bay 45,
Mm.
and then they had to punt it. So Philadelphia took over on their own 13.
Damn.
Don't waste your money on the Avatar.
No, I kind of had a feeling.
I got it. It's all right. It's
What did we say about games based off of movies?
well, don't see.
Golden Eye
It's
is another.
not bad. It's not bad. It's fun. It's good. It's just missing something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's. I don't want to say it's exactly like a Far Cry game, but it's pretty close.
All right. So your grandpa's ducking out. So thanks for sitting in. And then your sister chimes in with her little nugget of knowledge. Welcome to college. I'm like, oh, shut up. God.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. The enemy, it's really easy. Like, the only time I've ever died was because I slipped and fell off an edge. And, like, in the movies, the mech things,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're supposed to be, like, the big bad, like,
Mhm.
It's so easy to take those things out. Like, I'm just over here with my bow and just go, like, 3 times and it's dead.
Mm.
And I just started the game.
Yeah. Okay. So back in the the days of the 360, whenever Xbox Live introduced achievements and gamer points,
Yeah.
like the thing was like it was the status symbol, right? To score all 1,000 to get all 1,000 gamer points for a game, right? because then that was officially you completed that game. Dude, there was a game. What was it? It was Avatar: The Last Airbender was a game on the 360. I did not beat this game. I did not have any intentions of beating this game. It was a free game, right, that you could play. You could unlock the achievements were based off of combos, right? Like certain number of hits, and just kept chaining, right? I unlocked all 1,000 gamer points on this game within like 20 minutes, and then I uninstalled it and popped some. Now, my proudest achievement, though, on the 360 was when I played Halo Reach. I finished the solo campaign on Legendary. And you pop that achievement what was it? To answer for your sins or something like that. And it was like you had to complete the solo campaign on Legendary. And it wasn't one of those types of games where it had that glitch in it where you could play it on easy and then you get to the last mission and just before you complete it, you change your difficulty level.
Yeah.
Like you had to complete the whole game on Legendary. Bro, when I popped that achievement, I was like, oh, yeah. Because even back then, it was like they told you only, such and such percent of gamers, earn this achievement.
Whatever.
Yeah. Well, at the time, it was like 1.3% of gamers get this achievement. And I was like, what?
Hell yeah.
So, like, the week Spider-Man 2 came out, I played on the hardest difficulty. I got every achievement in less than a week.
So Jalen Hurts passed short to the left to Devon Smith to the Philadelphia 9 for a gain of -4 yards. It was a negative pass play.
keep that up. Let's see more of that.
Right? Come on. But yeah, you know what, man? We've had an hour and 42. And I think we're talked out, man.
I
think we can safely say we can land the plane on this one.
I think so. I think we hit all the high points.
I mean, good job for us, like keeping on track this week.
And we did it without a list. That's what's more impressive.
Yeah.
It helped there was only one real subject that we had on it. But still, the point is positivity.
Yeah.
We kept on topic, mostly.
Mostly. I mean, it got a little offside, got off a little weeds there. We started talking about the chamber and, Holocaust jokes, dry pot roast. But
it's all part of the journey.
It is. I feel like we're growing. Colin, did you notice that John McClane is not on the microphone this week?
Oh yeah, you took him. Oh, you got the Gundam.
Yeah, I got a Gundam on the mic stand this week. So yeah, I think I'm gonna start looking for Phineas and Ferb figurines.
I probably have, or no, that's on your desk. Yeah, that's right.
My penalty platypus.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. Oh, Maria, drunk girl was enjoying being entertained.
Yep, she's out of liquor though.
Do what?
I said she is out of liquor now though.
Yeah.
Now she's got to dry up.
Because Idaho's got like blue waffle laws and stuff like that, and it's just
it's not as bad as Utah. Utah's are ridiculous.
Is nobody going to pick up on the fact that I said blue waffle laws?
Yes, we said blue waffle laws. We know I'm trying to gloss over. We're glossing.
We're
glossing the blue waffle. The strongest possible terms.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
No, Maria, you don't want to know. If you don't already, you don't want to know. Just trust me on. If you've never trusted me before, trust me on this.
I mean, if she wants to go ahead and Google it, I mean, she Googled everything
Oh,
else. I mean,
Maria.
trout girl, 2 girls in a cup. You know, if have we tried to introduce her to Tub Girl?
Hasn't she suffered enough already?
We're just trying to get her current with the times, you know. So
Is that what we're doing? Listen, I know what trauma dumping is when I see it.
I mean, all right, so I have a penchant for trolling people, you know. So it
Noticed.
when I was still married to Colin's mom, we had a Mickey Mouse waffle iron, right? And it was great. You know, would make the Mickey waffles and everything like that. Well, one day I decided to add blue food coloring.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
Blue Mickey waffles. And I took a picture of it and put it up on Facebook. Dude, people were just like, bro, really?
Said I already know.
Oh, we love you.
I remember this one time.
Hey, I was trying to protect you, Maria.
I remember this one time you made burgers and you put jalapenos in them without telling us, or at least telling me. And I bit into it, and just my mouth was dying because I had no knowledge of it. I was not mentally prepared.
It's only a jalapeno. You're good.
No, yeah, but like this was when I was like 6, maybe.
Yeah, but it was an angry jalapeno, and I didn't get all the ribs out. You know,
it's good for it. Builds character.
It was one of the pre-rinse jalapenos. You know, like, all right, so to kind of put this into perspective, Colin, all right, I took it upon myself to pass down a family tradition. Your granddad Skelton, not your papa, but your granddad Skelton, your great granddad. He pulled that crap with me. All right.
Oh, okay.
Your papa was in the Navy still. We drove to Wichita Falls on leave one year, and we're at their house, and he's like, "Let's go get some Church's chicken." All right, back when Church's chicken was good. And they get all the sides and they get all the little fixings and everything. We get back to the house, and he's like, "Come here, boy." And he's got me in front of your pawpaw, in front of both of my uncles. And he's like, "Eat this." And he hands me a damn full jalapeno. Like, it was pickled, but still. Take that, David.
I'm her new favorite.
Oh, Daddy, I like it when you do that. So anyway, I'm thinking it's a pickle. And I bite into I chomped the whole thing, like one bite. I'm chewing on it. And I'm like, what? It's pretty good. And then I hear the words, "Wait for it."
Wait for it.
And then I'm like, because there was seeds and everything in that damn jalapeno. It's like, he pats me on the back. He goes, "You're gonna be all right, boy."
It's getting tingly.
And I look at your pawpaw, and I'm like, I'm thinking, you couldn't have warned me or something, you know? She's being good, for the record.
Yes,
What?
you're getting half credit because everything that you're not saying there, you're probably said you're texting to me already.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. I see. No, I got it. I got it. I got it.
Did you miss the part where she said I'm the new favorite?
I'm not. No, I mean, she was texting you way before she said you were. You know, she said you were a new favorite. So. It's all good. It's all right.
It's part of the co-host duties.
It's all. I mean, that's what happens when I assume the producer role.
Yep. See that? Then I gotta take over the
You know, should David ever grace us with his presence again on the show, then I'll get the text
It's
message.
been a while.
Listener,
Yeah, it is. It's been a while. And it's just because of the work schedule. It's not because we dislike him or anything. No, not at all.
no, we didn't call and have his work schedule changed at all.
It's a schedule.
We would never do that. That's a good point, actually.
I'm back on there, and I quote, "Welcome back, Johnny," because I posted a meme in the message thread.
Oh, that's right. You did.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, gee. Now I really feel like the fat girl who got stood up at prom.
Mhm.
Pardon me while I go hang drywall with my fupa as a hammer. It sucks when you're trying to take a drink, doesn't it?
Would that even work? I'm trying to
I
think
mean,
of the logistics of this.
You see those double J ladies up there, and they're like smashing Coke cans with their boobs and stuff, you know. So I mean, it's just kind of there.
Yeah, that's not the fupa though.
I know, but I mean, some of these girls, dude, they party so hard that their front comes around to their back comes around to their front. They got front butts.
This is true. This is very true.
You know, I mean, I don't know what they got going on. I mean, did they step into the Spaceballs transporter and they get their head turned around backwards or what? I have no idea.
Why didn't somebody tell me my ass was this big?
I mean, some of these girls with the fupas, dude, they don't have butts. It's like, you know, you've got the rolling hills of their back. And you see Julie Andrews on their shoulder blades going, "The hills are alive with the sound of music." And then you cross over what you think is supposed to be a mountain range, and you fall off the edge of the earth.
The earth is flat after all. It's just a long back.
I mean, there's no separation there, you know. I mean, it's
right. There's no line of demarcation. It's just all plains.
no, Maria, no. When she says, "I've gained a few these past 8 months," no.
Oh, no.
We're talking
We're
back
not.
in the days when Walmart was still open 24 hours, and you'd get the woman come in there on the hover around scooter, and she's got the see-through moo because it's been washed so many times, and she's got her kids, and they're all wearing stained wife beaters, no shoes, and they've got some like holy gym shorts, and she's having them climb the shelves because she's too lazy to get up off the scooter because she's afraid her caseworker might see her and take away some of her disability check. That big.
Get me 4 of them 3 liters up there.
Diet, because you know I'm trying to lose weight.
I gotta keep my figure.
Uh-huh. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Yeah. 3:41 left in the third quarter. It's still 9-16.
There we go. I'm telling you, they're gonna do it. Still have a butt at least. Well, that's good to know, Maria. We appreciate it.
I mean,
That's what's important.
we're not putting that up for debate. We're just going to say that. Yeah. You're thinking, that's an awfully specific example. Like you went into it in detail. Well, you know, when you used to live in Wichita Falls, like I used to, and like you used to, and you know, you just remember our Walmart is the home of the drunk woman on the hover around scooter drinking wine out of a Pringles can.
People of Walmart. That used to be a thing.
It still is. There's a subreddit for the people.
Is it still? Oh,
Yeah.
nice. That's awesome. Got to keep the
And
tradition alive.
It's tragic.
I don't understand why people work at Walmart. They get paid like nothing.
Well, you notice that there's not enough. There's nobody actually working at Walmart. They're all stalkers at this point because it's all self checkout. I'm still waiting on my W-2.
Yep.
Anyway, so hour and 55 minutes. Good God. I said we were at an hour and what? Hour and 45. So like we've burnt the last 10 minutes or so.
And it's par for the course.
Yeah. Colin, did they cancel school for you guys tomorrow?
No.
Really?
Interesting.
Wichita Falls ISD has been notorious for that. The running joke used to be, Chris, is that if you snuck out in the dead of night and threw a cup of ice in the
cubes.
superintendent's driveway, if he saw the ice cubes, he'd cancel school the next day.
Not
Which is
anymore.
almost accurate.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Dallas, basically south, they've canceled school tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
Dude,
like my first day of the semester was supposed to be tomorrow. They canceled classes.
dude, I would think
Wow.
it'd be so funny.
Still going into work normal time.
Dude, I thought about this. It'd be so funny if somebody like in the dead of night went around the whole town and painted all the grass white so it looked like snow. Dude, that would be the biggest and funniest
That
joke.
would be
ever.
that would require somebody in Wichita Falls to have the dexterity, the cerebral elbow grease. You know, we
just need a couple of privates. They'll be done. Tell them they get a 3-day weekend. They'll be done by midnight.
no, they especially if we put an
I didn't say we're giving it to them. Just tell them that they're going to get one. They're not real people. You don't have to.
Right, because then we can handle it like the old school army was. Is that hey, your 3-day weekend got negotiated down to a handshake. Good job.
Go check the motor pool.
Right? Who here knows how to paint? Hey, you.
I need 3 volunteers for a detail.
Right.
What are we doing? I need 2 more volunteers.
Yeah, right. Shit. I need one more volunteer. Come on. If you don't tell, if nobody speaks up, I'm going to volunteer everybody. We had that happen once. 2 people got voluntold, right? And then the first sergeant was like, I'm waiting. I need one more body. Nobody said anything. And he was like, okay, you. He picked out like 15 dudes.
Oh, rough.
Dude. And the 2 people that got voluntold initially, they were released.
They were
Oh, damn. Jalen Hurts got called for intentional grounding. And he threw an intentional grounding from the end zone, so it's a safety. So it is now 9-18.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
to be a fly on the wall in Philadelphia tonight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're about to get slammed with snow. Dallas Fort Worth basically shut down because of ice. Once the roads thaw and they get cleared, dude, Best Buy and Walmart and Costco, I mean, all the electronic stores are going to be busy.
Mhm.
Man, I wish they cancel school tomorrow.
Well, we are about 55 seconds from hitting the 2-hour mark. You know, we have all the greatest intentions of like having an expedient episode.
It never happens.
It never
We
happens.
always go 2 hours.
I'm just wow. Hold on. Okay, so the free kick. All right. Okay. All right. So Tompkins from Tampa Bay, he fields the kick at the 11, runs it back 27 yards to the Tampa Bay 38.
Wow.
I mean, they're in great field position right now. I mean, They're not too deep in their own territory. They can drive. I'm going to say first one to 21 wins.
Yeah.
I mean, as it is right now, it's a 9-point game. So, I mean, it's a 2-possession game.
We hit 2 hours, by the way.
Yes, we have hit 2 hours. Yeah, I'm aware. Yeah. So yeah, man. Yeah. So my sister-in-law, she's gonna fly out to Denver for the week. She's got a work function out there.
Ugh. That's
Yeah.
not time to be
So my wife's got to get up at dark 30, drive her to the Hobby Airport here in Houston. And then I was gonna get up, and I'm still gonna. Hey, Sally dog. I'm still gonna get up in the morning because I've still got that a couple of online classes. I'm gonna check in tomorrow and see if they're open, and if they are, hey, I'm gonna get a jump on some work. So, that's gonna be what I'm gonna do. Touchdown, Buccaneers!
Told you.
56 yards. Oh my God!
Told you.
It is now a 3-possession game.
Just wind it up. I'm telling you, they ain't coming back from that.
Good God.
You love to see it.
Yep. There's still 1:19 left in the third quarter, so there's still a whole quarter of football left to play, but I don't see Philadelphia coming back from this one, dude.
Not from that.
Oh Lord.
So, earlier in the Holocaust, all that. I always think it's funny because in the Dragon Ball Fusion movie, there's Hitler, and they make a Nazi joke, and it's.
Is it funny because you did not see that coming?
Haha.
Oh.
So Trunks and Goten go Super Saiyan, and Hitler goes, blonde hair, blue eyes. I should be recruiting them.
Wow.
I mean, that's kind of ballsy of Japan to come in with that kind of joke, dude.
Japan of all places.
Yeah. We kind of helped them coin the phrase, land of the rising sun. Twice.
Here comes the sun.
Twice.
She goes, fine, abandon me. Have a great night, guys. Love y'all. Clearly, since I've turned off the TV. Wink. Well,
we love you.
Because you turned off the TV doesn't mean you're laying there in the dark. So,
it's true.
Yeah. Anyway, David has not. I mean, he normally comments.
Yeah, he usually checks in at least once. Just to see how the train arc is going.
I kind of feel
I feel let down. Feel a little lonely.
Yeah, just the tiniest bit.
Oh well.
Okay.
See where we rank.
Yeah. So the inside jokes keep being inside jokes, and that's our cue, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming in and letting us chew your ear, witnessing not so much of a train wreck. It's more of a
slow descent into madness.
No. It's an overloaded charter bus on the road of death.
It's like those buses in India that are
that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Just slowly going off in a mudslide.
Yeah. The guy's 3-wheeling it.
Did you hear about that kid that beat Tetris?
Yeah, a 13-year-old or something like that.
I did. Did you hear about that member of Congress that told him to go, or no, reporter told him to go outside and get a life?
Yeah, and that got raked over the coals on social media.
I don't feel
She's
like it was a
upset.
big deal.
Yeah, Maria's like, he must actually be working. David,
Oh no, that's surprising.
the hell you say?
He does that?
Right? Like, no.
Yeah, right.
You mean he can't rely on his good looks and charm?
Shocking.
You never played my outro.
Oh, I didn't. Moral well-being. No, hold on. I gotta let it finish because, dude, I had to run a test on it earlier.
What if the odds last week you just accidentally had them turn the voice turned down the entire time?
Gone without regard for your moral well-being. You have been witness to yet another traumatic episode of my genetic code assaulting your soul without consent. Ladies and gentlemen, angry faithful of all ages, this has been Joke Time with Colin. There, now I've played your outro. It's been official. Okay. So this has officially been Nerd Sports 143, cresting over the 2 hour and 5 minute mark. Still coming in under the average, though.
It's true. We usually go like 2.5.
Yeah, usually.
So by our standards, we're making a good time.
Yeah, by our standards, exactly. Thank you, Colin, for putting that out.
We're done before 10 o'clock.
Oh my God, what are we going to do for the next 20 minutes?
Right?
Like, Colin's mom's going to pop her head in. She's going to be like, Colin, it's time for you to go to bed. Like, how did you know I was on here? I've been watching. Like, that's creepy. Like,
uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. So, with that being said, yes, Nerd Sports 143 is officially in the can. I didn't make those jokes, David. I just simply said it was in the can. Keep on being you, Bucks. Go. Cry, Eagles, cry. My name is Johnny Skelton.
I am Chris Jacka.
Colin Skelton.
You have been privy. Nay, you have been privileged. Dare I say, you have been enslaved. Is that a word I can use?
Why not? It's no worse than anything else we've said today.
I think it'll be fine.
You have been purchased. You have been weighed, measured, and found wanting. This has been Angry Sports, Angry Me, Nerd Sports, episode 143. I'm going to end the stream now because apparently I am out of.
Are you you're forgetting something?
We're drifting into Davidisms now.
What am I forgetting, Colin?
You're forgetting the joke. You have to tell Aries at the end of every.
Right. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, scissor me timbers. All right.